I've painted a couple mimics every now and then, and I've recently realized I don't have a box for any dice. So, this time around, we will be turning this cute little chest into a dice box. And more specifically, a mimic dice box. This little chest is easily big enough to hold a set of dice, so it has plenty of room for what I want to do. So let's get right into this. So first thing we need to do is take off that little latch. So we're going to take a screwdriver and remove the screws, and the latch will be set aside for potential future projects. But right now it's just in the way. Now we're going to take some Sculpey oven bake clay, and we're going to turn it into some teeth. Now I'm just going to go through and space the teeth out roughly, just to make sure I have enough space for what I need. And I'll likely need to cut a couple more, but that's easy enough to do. Now we take the teeth and we stick them to the top and bottom of the mouth of the chest. Now we take some clay and stretch it out a bit to turn it into gums. Now I want to cut out some small gaps in the gums to make room for the tips of the teeth on the opposing jaws. Now it's time to bake the clay. Depending on what type of clay you use, be sure to follow the instructions for that specific type. Now it's time to glue the teeth into where they need to go. I also made a couple extra teeth to go onto the sides of the chest, just to help blend it in a little more smoothly. Now it's time to paint. First, we're going to use some matte burnt umber on the lower portion of the gums. Then we're going to use gloss fruit punch for the top near the teeth. Now we're going to use some gloss lavender and try to blend it into the top and bottom of the gum. Now we're going to use some gloss Beachcomber beige for the teeth. At this point, the Mimic is really starting to come together. It doesn't look like a bunch of clay stuck to a small chest. It's actually starting to look like a little Mimic. Now we're going to make a tongue and some eyes with the clay. After baking, we're going to use gloss bright green on the eyes. And then some satin black for the slit pupils. For the tongue, we're gonna do the tip in gloss cobalt blue. And for the base of the tongue, we're going to use some gloss lavender and try to blend that together with the blue. Now we're going to coat them in matte Mod Podge. Off screen, I also did the teeth and the gums of the Mimic also in matte Mod Podge. Now we use some super glue and we stick the tongue inside of the chest. And now we're going to take some super glue and we're going to stick the eyes to the front of the chest. And now we have a lovely little Mimic box that can guard our dice. It's really nice to have a themed dice holder in this way. And there's the little tongue. The tongue does not get in the way of the dice at all. It's actually quite nice. But if you'd like to make something like this, go for it. It's actually quite easy. There are a lot of other people that have done this better than I, but I just wanted to give it a shot and throw this together real quick. But thank you all so much for watching, and I will see you all next time.